know we got next week pretty scheduled.
Next week is going to be fun.
Yeah, challenging perhaps, but fun. We will see you next Monday morning at 7 o'clock. Stay tuned, like I said, for Fox News and followed by Sports Talk. Have a great weekend and please play safe.
WSME, Camp Lejeune, W246CJ, Jacksonville.
Fox News, I'm CJ Papajeld. Russian opposition leader Alexei Navalny dies in prison. He was 47.
We're told the 47-year-old felt unwell after a walk on Friday and almost immediately lost consciousness. The Kremlin says it's checking these reports.
Fox's Jonathan Savage in London. Navalny was the harshest critic of the Russian President Vladimir Putin. In Battle Fulton County, DA Vonnie Willis will be back on the witness stand today. Her second day of testimony comes after defending her romantic relationship with Donald Trump's special prosecutor Nathan Wade. Fox's Brooke Singman
spoke exclusively with former President Trump after Willis's testimony yesterday, and he tells me, quote, "It is so badly tainted, the case will have to be dropped. There is no way they can have a case. The whole thing was a scam to get money for the boyfriend."
America is listening to Fox News.
This is Lieutenant Governor Mark Robinson. Listen to Sports Talk with my buddy Chris Rayner, Fridays at 9 a.m. on 97.1 FM, WSME.
Hey, welcome to Sports Talk. I'm your host, Chris Rayner. Friday, February 16th, 2 days after Valentine's Day. So if you just got word you missed your sweetheart and you're in trouble, you should know it by now, though, already. We have a full house today. Co-host Kevin Brown. Good morning. Co-host Robert Farley.
Hey, what's happening?
Coach Sean McDonald.
Sean McDonald.
Sean Thompson. Who's Sean McDonald?
I don't know who that is.
He's a famous guy, though, I guarantee you. He's an actor, if I believe. Coach Tim Ferbermeister. Tim Foster. I jumped right into firing him a little.
It's just weird seeing Tim in blue and gold.
Weird is not the word. Strange. Coach, just glad you're with us today. Big matchup tonight.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Hollywood is studying over there. I'll get him to give the update on. We do want to let everybody know right up front that the game tonight will start at 5 p.m., correct?
Yep.
Yes.
So they're inverting the girls and boys game. You want to elaborate on why they're doing that? Is it something to do with senior night or?
No, we had a fight 3 years ago in the stands that spilled onto the court at halftime. It was actually your last game, Farley.
It was.
Yeah, we're going to talk about
it. I had nothing to do with it.
And I guess it's to try to.
Saw it on video.
Did you?
Just try to, I guess, cut down the time of the event. So we'll be at 5 and the girls will be at 6:30. I don't think we'd have.
Just kind of making it a little earlier.
Yeah, get our game out of the way, and that hopefully some of the.
Well, didn't our moms always tell us that the later at night it got, the worse things happen?
Yeah.
So I guess we got started kicking off the first before the JV game and couldn't do it. But it's going to be an interesting matchup. Northside's on the uptick. Congratulations, Coach, on getting them squared away, and you guys are playing a lot better.
I appreciate it. We are. The guys are playing a lot better. They played hard all year, but some things are working for them right now. They've had a good couple of weeks, and I'm happy for them because they've worked hard and they played hard. Towards the end of the season, you always want to see your team get better, and we're better than what we were when we started the season. And I think Sean probably feels the same way because they've had a real good couple of weeks here with that big win over South Central the other night, which was great.
So you guys are on the uptick too?
I hope so. I mean, we had won 3 games in a row 3 times this year, and that would be followed up by 1 or 2 losses. This is the first time we won 4 in a row. Now we won 4 games in a row.
So a streaky season.
Yeah, it's been a roller coaster.
You need to put together those 3 to 5 wins, at the right time. You know what that means, So right now, what are you guys tied for 3rd in the conference?
We're tied for 2nd.
Tied for 2nd.
I think with the tiebreaker, we'll be probably 4th.
Okay. And that's what I want to talk to you guys too in a little bit about the playoffs, about how things work with the RPI, things like that. First of all, if I go any further, I'd be remiss if I did not pay some bills. Sports Talk is powered by Barnes Diamond Gallery, National Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram, Wismart Chappie's Chicken, Great Gas and Oil, Bayshore Animal Hospital, Golden Corral, the law offices of John Drew Warlick, Bartley Insurance Services, Bill Mercer, Lane and Associates Family Dentistry, Humphrey Heating and Air, Jones Onzo EMC, your Touchstone Energy Cooperative, and Southern Touch Painting. And thanks to Helen's Kitchen for those delicious Billy Bowls. They'll be arriving soon. You won't even hear the door. It'll be like a little vapor come in and out. Billy will be in and out. He's the Billy Bowl ninja now. Can't be the biscuit ninja anymore. But those Billy Bowls are awesome. Have you been, Coach, since we've had the Billy Bowls?
I think last time I came here, they had the Billy Bowl.
How about you, Jim?
No, what's the Billy Bowl?
It used to be the biscuits.
I was hoping to get the cheeseburger.
It's,
We got
yeah, we have cheeseburgers. We had cheeseburgers the last 2 weeks. Kind of mixed it up and had lunch for breakfast. But
nothing better than a breakfast cheeseburger.
I think it'd be a good idea when
get the egg put on it.
Let's get Billy to stop in for just a second, and maybe we can have a halftime show tonight. And he can bring dinner, and Sean and I can talk halftime for a minute with some good dinner.
The only problem I see is that I'm not sure Helen's is open for supper anymore.
Oh, well.
We call it supper out in the boonies, but
yeah, supper.
So I'm not sure if they're
we'll have some Billy Bowls this morning.
And that's unfortunate. And it's like everything else, staffing issues. You can't get anybody to work anymore. A lot of these restaurants that used to just go to at 90 all the time just can't be open anymore. But thanks to Helen's Kitchen, he'll be in here shortly with those. If you haven't had one before, it's grits, eggs, cheese, and sausage. And you can't beat it.
They're wonderful.
And the Hurricane Watch is powered by Downey's Heating and Air. We'll have that. The Hurricanes had an interesting week last week. We'll talk more about that. Thank you to Jason Humphrey and the boys for sponsoring that. And you can find On-Demand Sports Talk podcast at WSME971.com. And we are also on a YouTube channel now. New camera stuff. It ought to look pretty good on there.
It's a high tech.
I think we got the whole crowd in there, it looks like. You can go to YouTube at WSME Radio, and you can also follow us on Facebook and watch live at freedom971.com. Get this studio number now, and I'll give it to you later, 910-346-2248. You can always call in if you have any questions for the coaches or us or Coach Farley or Ref Farley or co-host co-host Brown, retired Ref Farley.
That's right.
And yeah, we do want to talk about that last game when we get to that. I want to make sure
We don't need to talk about it. No, I'm kidding. I mean, it was nothing we did. It was just a couple knuckleheads.
Yeah,
And they were graduates. They weren't
students. They weren't even on. Yeah.
but we will have a trivia question today. We'll pick something from our This Day in Sports here shortly, and our trivia question prize will be Hollywood. You can just tell me and I'll holler at you.
We'll do an American Dream Cakes gift certificate, okay?
American Dream Cakes gift certificate.
right.
Awesome time of the year. Get your sweetie a dream cake for the weekend. So we'll have that for you here shortly. 910-346-2248. If you do have any questions, and then stand by for the trivia question a little later. So without further ado, coaches. All right, we'll start with, who wants to start off first? Give us a little microcosm of your of your season there.
Well, we'll start with Northside. Has not been, as far as wins and losses have been, it's been a tough year for the Monarchs. We didn't have a lot of kids returning, but we had some seniors come out, and then a couple that played last year are on the team, and then we had some juniors that come out again this year, and a couple, I think one of those guys had returned from playing we brought up. It's taken a while for them to trust in what I was trying to do, and for me to get to know them. And we started out with 0-11-12 start.
Yeah.
Got a good win in the Christmas tournament, and that was good. We got lost the tournament, but we played Jacksonville, and I think we played y'all in the Christmas tournament. Yeah, we played Jacksonville in the Christmas tournament.
So this will be the third time you guys
This will
played?
be the third time, and then we played Swansboro in the Christmas tournament as well. So, and
You
looking
weren't
at our
playing slouches in the Christmas
Oh,
tournament.
look, I sat down and looked at the top teams in the East, and the top 6 teams in the East are about 6 or 7 of our losses. And then you go on into the top 15 teams in the East, and there you pick up the rest of our losses. So we are had a good couple of weeks. We beat D.H. Conley, who I felt like we should have beat the first time. Then we lost to J.H. Rose, and then New Bern come in, and we upset New Bern. I think everybody in the conference, when they saw that score come up, were like, man, did Northside do? But the guys played hard.
Was that at the Lions Den?
That was at the Lions Den. They played hard. They played very well. Some of our younger guys are getting tougher and coming along, and working hard is making a difference. And then we went to Havelock the other night and had a tough game with them, and we beat them. But I felt like the first time we should have beat them. They got a 2 free throws with no time on the clock.
64, 63, something like that.
Beat us by 1. Unfortunate. I think the clock had gone to zeros before he attempted the shot, but it was hard to hear the horn. And
so they didn't go to replay and check it out?
No, I threw the red flag, but they ignored it. But we were playing well, and we've stringed a few wins in here at the end, and that's been good. But our non-conference schedule was I think probably too much for us, and it kind of backed us up a little bit and took away some confidence, and we'll work on that schedule for next year and get some tough games in there and some good games in there that we have a chance to win.
Confidence builders.
You got to play some games that you feel good about, and you got to play some games that you got to really show up and play, and then you got to put some Swansboroughs and White Oaks and North Brunswicks that's playing very well this year on your schedule, because you got to know where you are when you're going into your conference, and if you're playing teams that you're going to beat, you're not really doing any justice for your team or for yourself. So you got to do a good job in that non-conference scheduling. So it's been a tough year. It's been a growing year, but the future is not too bad. We got kids that are coming back and will continue to work hard.
What kind of summer did you have? I know you kind of got the job late.
It was short.
At least you did play in the ECI this past summer, where they haven't been there in the last couple of years.
Right, they hadn't played in the ECI. It's probably been 4 years, I think.
They were there this past summer.
Yeah. They hadn't played since Scott Barton had taken over after
It's been
Tony.
quite a while.
That was always so crazy to be at your home place there.
Yeah.
Your neck of the woods, and not to have
That's
Northside.
important to get into that. That was important for these kids. And I'll tell you, we practiced a little bit with a few guys on Monday. We practiced a little bit with a few guys on Tuesday. And I think we started, Wednesday or Thursday?
Thursday, yep.
And they had a few guys on Wednesday, and we played on Thursday. Had a few guys that were with me on Tuesday that were playing for other teams on Thursday.
That happens over the summer.
No, that don't happen.
Yeah, I was like, well, but we had guys that come out. They played hard.
So wait a minute, you're telling me you had 3 days to prepare and you got
I was supposed to. I was disappointed. And the kids had the last game, which was the first round of the whichever tournament bracket it was. I don't know which one it was called, but we lost that game with a free throw at the end of the game, which we played hard. And it was kind of hard to go into anything without much offense or much defense and not playing together. And then we worked some during the fall, and we'll have this whole spring. We'll have the summer, the ECI. We want to look at maybe finding the team camp or maybe creating maybe some summer play against each other. I don't know. I'd like to talk to Sean and a few of the other guys and see if we want to play any with each other. And although we see each other enough in the regular season, we may not want to beat up on each other in the summertime. But
we could see each other next week.
That's the truth. That's the truth.
The way the season is, you got football, and a lot of teams are still in football playoffs, and basketball starts, and you guys, I'm sure, have a lot of football players that play basketball, and you don't have those guys till maybe after you've played a game.
Sean may have had that problem this year. I had 2, maybe 3 guys that played football, which is something that we want to change. We want to look on that in that athletic program and see kids that play football, play basketball, play baseball, run track, whatever it is that they do. We like to see a lot more kids playing multiple sports. And it was tough at Southwest 20-some years ago. We didn't typically play many games till after Thanksgiving, because during that time period, Southwest and Coach Padgett were making massive runs into the state playoffs. So the most wins we had in the season were 19, and that was the most wins Southwest has ever had. We did that back-to-back seasons, and 20 was hard to get. get because you didn't play many non-conference games. And I'm wanting to see that problem at Northside is that maybe I only have 5 or 6 kids until Coach Pollock finishes the playoffs. I know he's got the guys in the weight room working real hard now and some plans to continue that through the summer and look at them building on having some success next year to where we have to wait on 4 or 5 guys that play football that also want to come out and play basketball.
Now, I remember that 99 season, he had a game scheduled for, it was like the first Friday in December, which you think is, open to play.
You would think.
You had the Eastern Finals going on against Western Alamance out on the football field. And I remember Tim saying, look, guys, who's going to come in here and watch this when you got Eastern Finals football going on? So, you had to postpone, like you said, that's several games that are knocked off your schedule.
And it's also a little unnerving when you're standing in the end zone, and I feel sure Coach Thompson feels the same way, is that you saw your point guard carrying the ball all over the place and getting hit and beat on. And I saw back then I saw my 6'6" center catching passes and getting beat up.
Laid out in the end zone.
And every time they get hit and they fall over, you're like,
I remember the one
Please get up.
Pass he called laid out, almost hit the chain link fence, and everything.
Well, we had enough to play this year, and football went deep. But the guys I were missing was Amari Barber and Rayshawn Eccles and Michael Carlock and
that's
Juju.
3 of your big players.
That's 4 of my core right now that I have left.
Right.
And, we had enough at the time to play, but we went to a jamboree down at New Bern, and I was like, we'll just wait. I didn't have a game scheduled till December 6th, and we lost, I think, second round, November 11th, whatever Veterans Day is. And but Wallace Rose Hill and East Duplin also lost early. They thought they would go deep in football, so I called them, and we all scheduled those 2 games in November, and we were all 3. I don't think Wallace Rose Hill scheduled a game till December 18th. They were expecting to go to the state title in football.
Oh, wow.
Didn't happen, though.
Lost in the second round, I believe, first round.
Second round?
Yeah.
I think it was second round.
And that's a problem you want to have, is you want to have 4 or 5 guys or 6 guys that are basketball players, that's what they do. And then you have another 5 or 6 guys come from the football program that are great athletes and play basketball. And you get that combination, you can look for a lot of success. And when they mesh, it's a lot of fun to watch those 2 things come together. And I think, and I'm not just saying this because we're playing this, but I think Sean's got the last couple ball games. Those guys have really meshed well, and beating South Central, which was the number undefeated team in the league, is that I think he sent a message that they got to play us tonight, and we're going to come and play hard. But I know with the rivalry game, Jacksonville's not coming to Northside tonight underestimating us. They coming in to play basketball.
They're coming in to play ball. And
I'm looking forward to seeing. I want to see a good ball game tonight where it comes down where it's a tough game and everybody's still in the stands late in the fourth quarter to see a game played. But I just want us to come in and play hard. And I know that the Cardinals are going to come in and get after it because they're looking to make some noise in that conference tournament and bring one back to Onslow County for this conference.
Thank you for updating us on the Northside season. We're going to touch on the Cardinal season when we come back. We'll have our first break. We have Coach Sean Thompson, Coach Tim Foster, co-host Kevin Brown, co-host Robert Farley, Chris Mann, Chris Rayner. Is there anybody else in here?
Sean McDonald.
Yeah, he left.
McDonald's around here
McDonald's hiding behind the sign.
I think he left.
We'll be right back on Sports Talk.
Freedom 97.1.
Bayshore Animal Hospital, 615 College Street, Jacksonville, may be Onslow County's most complete veterinary clinic, offering small animal and equine medicine. Dr. Timothy Pearson is an equine practitioner. In addition to equine medical and dental services, Bayshore Animal Hospital continues to give compassionate care for all your other furry, four-legged family members using the latest in computerized technology. Sea dogs, devil dogs, cool cats, and horses welcome. Bayshore Animal Hospital, Onslow County's complete veterinary clinic, 615 College Street, Jacksonville. Phone 910-939-5298. Doctors Gina Francis and Timothy Pearson.
Golden Corral, the only one for everyone. See their new self-service beverage station with multiple flavors, and dine in to see their new decor with 2 fireplaces for a warm dining experience. Everyday favorites like fried chicken, pot roast, meatloaf, and Bourbon Street chicken served daily, lunch, and dinner. Breakfast starts at 7:30 to 11 daily, lunch 11 to 4, and dinner with carved meats at 4 p.m. Dine in, takeout, drive-through, delivery, and catering. Call 910-455-3773 or goldencorral.com to cater your next event, group, church group, or family gathering. Golden Corral, the only one for everyone. North Marine Boulevard, Jacksonville, and Greenville Boulevard, Greenville.
The best deal for the grill is at Jones LP Gas and Oil Company each Friday. Every Friday from 8 a.m. till closing at 5, Jones LP Gas and Oil Company will fill your 20-pound LP gas grill cylinder for only $11. You heard that right. Each Friday till closing, you can have your 20-pound LP gas cylinder filled for only $11 at Jones Gas and Oil Company, 3881 Wilmington Highway in the heart of Verona. In addition to saving money on your LP gas for the grill, Jones Gas and Oil is your full-service gas and oil company serving residential, commercial, and agricultural gas and oil needs, as well as gas appliances, LP replacement, parts, fill cylinders, and tankless water heaters, and they offer a 10% military discount on installation. Remember to get that cylinder filled every Friday until closing for only $11. Jones Gas and Oil Company, 3881 the Old Wilmington Highway, Verona. Phone 910-346-6384.
Hello, everyone. This is Bill Mercer thanking each one of you that have chosen Bartley Insurance Services for your Medicare needs. We are so appreciative of the great response and your trust in our great staff. We've been here since 1983 and take pride in providing the local flavor that those 1-800 folks just can't match with the very same products. Please call Bartley Insurance Services at 910-346-2170 or come by our office on Henderson Drive to discuss life, health, disability, long and short-term care today. Here's wishing you all a happy and healthy 2024. Thank you.
Welcome to Lincoln & Associates Family Dentistry, where we love to make you smile. Now proud to be working with Doctors Kim and Tommy Morgan, formerly Morgan Family Dentistry. The Jacksonville and Richlands Morgan offices of Lane & Associates Family Dentistry blends the latest technology with personal care and attention, so you have an amazing dental experience. The offices of Lane & Associates welcome all ages and accepts all major insurances, including military. Lane & Associates Family Dentistry has been serving the state of North Carolina for over 40 years, with 2 locations in Jacksonville, Richlands, and Maysville. Call for an appointment today at 877-LANE-DDS or online at lanedds.com. Welcome to Lane & Associates Family Dentistry.
It's Sports Talk live on Freedom 97.1 WSME.
Hey, welcome back to Sports Talk. I'm your host, Chris Rayner, co-host Robert Farley with us today, co-host Kevin Brown, an honored guest, Tim Foster, and Sean McDonald. Thompson. Sean Thompson. Sean, we talked about the Northside season and a little synopsis of that. It's time to talk about the Cardinal season. Start right off with the end of the season so far, or not end of the season, but the later part of the season. We guys on a 4 or 5 game winning streak?
We've won 4 in a row.
Nice, man.
Beat Havelock twice.
Run us through the whole season real quick.
Started out playing pretty well, beat East Duplin, Wallace Rose Hill, and we had a big win against Hoggard.
That is a big win.
Started out 3-0.
Powerhouse.
We got right into conference play, lost to Jace Rose, New Bern. One other game. I can't remember who it was. South Central.
Swansboro.
We lost to Swansboro. Then we lost 4 in a row. Then we go down to East Carteret, beat East Carteret pretty good in Pamlico. Then we won our first game against who we play in the conference tournament, Christmas tournament.
White Oak.
Anyway, we won 3, lost a couple, won 3, lost a couple, won 3. So finally, hopefully, we've hit our stride the last couple weeks.
Looks like you played White Oak, Lejeune, and Northside. In that,
and we had a good win against Southwest January 7th or 8th, and Southwest they're good. Yeah. We went down there and played real well. It's just been a roller coaster, and our guys, just the locker room's been kind of a mess, but I think it's kind of gotten cleaned up the last couple of weeks.
Wins will do that. Wins will kind of bring them together. Is that kind of were they brought together first and started winning, or?
No, I think we had 14 guys to start the year. I'm down to 8. let a kid go, another kid quit, had 4.
You have just 8 on the team?
8, but there's a new rule in high school. You can use the 5-quarter rule. So you can play 5 quarters a night between JV and varsity. So I've got 3 JV kids that they'll play the JV game, and sometimes if they're up by a lot, they'll play 3 quarters in JV, then they got 2 quarters to play with me. Yeah. Most of the time it's 4 quarters, they got 1 with me. So
after tonight, can they come up full time?
They can go full time. But actually, I think the biggest thing is just I probably lost some games for us early on, trying to play too many guys, trying to keep too many guys happy. I'm trying to play 10, 11, 12 guys. And I told the team the other day, I apologize to y'all. I'm not going to apologize to you guys for missing layups and throwing the ball all over the gym. I said I lost us some games, I think, for trying to play 12 guys. You can't do it. There's no way. But now we've got 7 guys, or a core of 7 that we know who is going to play, and and they're all there for the right reasons. They're there, and they work hard, they play hard, attitudes are great, and I think it's a direct correlation how we're playing better.
That's a lot. The attitude's big in any team sport.
Well, the record's still impressive. Overall, 15-8, 7-4 in the Big Carolina Conference. Now, what's the highest you can finish? Second?
Yeah.
And the lowest will be 3rd or 4th, tied?
Yeah, second will still be second or 4th.
Okay. So that's a big deal as far as when you're talking about a playoff game or not host the playoff game.
Yep, I think we have a pretty good shot at hosting the first round game, but now it's all about that matchup. Who are you going to play in the first round? And obviously we want to take care of business tonight, and then next week in the conference tournament. Coming in, we had an expectation, I think, to win the conference. And again, we started out 0-3. I mean, we got ourselves in a hole, and you just can't do it. Yeah. I mean, you can't lose 3 games that you probably.
There's a lot of powerhouse 3A conferences in this county.
Yeah.
Not to mention some other areas, but.
And like Tim was saying too, a lot of our losses. I mean, we've lost to South Central, New Bern twice in rows, 3 good programs, and then White Oak 3 times, and Swansboro. So the teams we've lost to are playoff caliber teams, and obviously White Oak and Swansboro are top 5 in the state in 3A.
Well, and that was my next question too. Does RPI play into seeding?
Yeah.
So say you're 15-8 overall, and another team is 19-1, and you're on the same level for seeding, but your RPI is higher. Would you seed higher than that 19-1 team?
So they seed the conference champions first, 1 through 11. So that'll be.
And they'll still be RPI.
Yes.
Once among themselves.
But if your RPI is 25, but you win your conference, you are still seeded higher. Like White Oak's 5 right now in the RPI, but they'll be the 12th seed.
Right. What I mean is they'll take all the conference champions, and then they'll seed by RPI.
By RPI, yeah.
Right. Okay.
Right. So we're sitting in a good spot. I think we're 11 in the RPI. Obviously, we can. I think the next highest team above
now, who
us.
will get a higher seed, Greenville, Rose, or you guys, since you're the 3A teams in that conference?
It would be off the RPI.
Still
it doesn't. Conference standings, I think, are thrown out the window after they rank the conference champions.
Now, are the 2 4A teams, New Bern and was it Conley?
Yeah.
Are they playing into it at all to where you guys go? I mean, as far as they'll obviously go 4A, so which one of those would be?
New Bern would be the conference champion out of the 4A.
Out of the 4A, okay. How does that work? I mean, there's only 2 4As, so they get the same seeding as any other conference champion?
Nope. Pretty much, yeah.
Wow, that's crazy. And then you have some conferences, like we talked before about East Carteret being stuck in that 1A, 2A conference, and they're the only 2A team.
Yeah.
Now, they do have certain criteria they have to meet because they're the only one, I think. I don't think they're just automatically there. If they went 0 for 11, in football, say, they wouldn't be in the playoffs.
Well, you think there's a few split conferences now in a couple of years? Sounds like you're going to have everything's going to be split conference.
I was hoping realignment would solve that problem. It sounds like it's going to be worse.
It's going to be interesting how they do that. Will they come out with conferences based on your 5A, 4A, 6A, or are they going to create geographic conferences, and then when it's over with, they'll pull you out, put you in your division, and RPI would set up your seeding. I hadn't heard anything on that, so it'll be interesting how they do that.
Ideally, you would love to have an 8-team conference with all one classification. That makes it easy, but we all know that's tough to do, especially you got a team like East Carteret stuck out there, and they're the only 2A school for miles,
It's the same thing with New Bern. They're the only big school that way.
Without going to New Bern.
That's why.
Or Wilmington or Raleigh.
Yeah.
Well, this is back before your days, Coach Thompson. But back in the day, today, Jacksonville, they had conference games with Rocky Mount.
Oh, Fayetteville schools too.
Fayetteville schools, Kinston. That was a long way to go for a conference ball game.
And that's what we're hoping. I mean, we thought the last realignment will keep us all local because there's 6 3A schools in the county. Crowellton's 3A, West Carteret's 3A, but obviously it didn't work out that way. We got back from South Central Tuesday night at 11:30.
Right.
I'm still exhausted.
On a Tuesday night.
Tuesday night, got back at 11:30. So the travel, I get when you get into the playoffs and stuff, you got to go a little bit, but I think they could maybe shorten some.
Now, does football really drive this, or do they look at all sports when they're doing this conference realignment?
It's all sports. They'll set everything up, and then they'll take the non-football playing schools out, create it, and then they put them back in. And but no, not one sport drives it. It really comes down to geography. And where we're at, Northside and Jacksonville, if you look at the map, you see why they had Richlands, Northside, and Jacksonville going this way, but they don't take into account that when Northside goes or Jacksonville goes to Havelock, we don't go through Kinston. We go through Morehead City or wherever, and we're driving by Crowellton on the way to Havelock, and Crowellton's not in our conference.
We passed by 4 schools in another conference on the way to Havelock.
Yeah,
between White Oak, Swansboro, Crowellton, and West Carteret.
Let me pick all 4 of your brains on this and get your opinions on it. What would you think with a little tweaking in Onslow County? Get Southwest and the other 6 county schools, all 3A, add Crowellton and have that as an 8-team conference.
Great.
That'd be awesome, but we're not all going to be 3A when it comes back out. We're probably going to be 5A. Jackson will be like 6A.
True, that's true because of the way they're split.
And Dixon, so we're all going to be all over the place. But if they'll do it geographically, that comes from Sean McDougal. Maybe we all could be one Onslow County Conference. They're not going to do that.
No.
But
How great would that be?
Oh man, that'd be great. Is that every Friday night football season is going to be. Everybody in Onslow County is going to be at those schools.
And then you
come
can
Tuesday and Friday in the winter, everybody's going to be at those schools. And volleyball, it's going to impact all sports extensively because everybody can make that. The travel is going to be is Swansboro to Dixon.
Yeah.
And you talk about scheduling. I mean, we loaded up. We had some good home games, but next year we've got to go to Wallace. We got to go to Hoggard. There's county teams that we have tried to play that have just said they're full or whatever excuse they want to make. But if you could stay local with us going to Greenville 3 times a year, I mean, it'd be nice. But next year we'll have to go to Wilmington. You know how it is. Y'all had to go to North Brunswick, I think.
Yeah, we went to North Brunswick and Laney.
That's a
great little barbecue restaurant down there in Leland. Anybody wants to know where to go.
What's that?
Of course, there's a good barbecue.
Oh yeah, of course.
Chris knows about.
We pulled in there with the bus and they got all excited. That little barbecue joint.
You need to play Heidi Trask so you can go to Paul's Hot Dogs. That place is awesome.
Oh yeah, Rocky Point.
Yeah.
Now talking about RPI too, same thing with you guys, Tim. Is there a chance to make the playoffs with your high RPI?
There is a chance. Our RPI, the winning, I think, started on Coach Clear yesterday. We were looking at some of the RPI stuff, and I think the winning percentage of our opponents was like 65%, and then their opponents was like 53%. So our RPI is pretty strong. So we're 4-17.
I thought you had won 5. You sure?
Yeah, I'm sure.
Okay.
So
I'm sure
we're sitting at 39th, I think, in the High School Athletic Association's ranking. So we're 39th with 3 wins in the conference, 4 wins overall. There's teams that are 45th, 48th. 49th,
now that 39th is that
10 and whatever, and I'd love to have played their schedule because our record would look a lot better. Our RPI would go down, but
wouldn't that be great though for some of those teams that played the cupcake schedules to look and go, how did a 4 or whatever team get us in the playoffs?
Oh yeah,
and it could happen.
The big start to that is we're going to have to play really well tonight and hope that Coach Thompson's 6 or 7 guys get tired or in foul trouble and don't play well tonight because
we got in that trouble Tuesday night. We had 3 guys with 4 fouls.
Oh, that's.
I already see the strategy now. The hack-a-shack.
Yeah, and so it's twofold. Like, okay, I wish I had somebody, but Rayshawn Eccles, number 22 for us. He's arguably our best player.
I think he is your best player.
He had to play the entire fourth quarter with 4 fouls. Otherwise, if you had those other guys, you would have subbed him in, and he makes 2 big threes late in the fourth quarter. Otherwise, he may have been on the bench, me saving him. So it's good and bad. I mean, you got no choice. To Rayshawn, you got to play. You got to play. Don't pick up a stupid foul.
You just got to play smart.
Yeah, you got to play smart. And I think I think 8 is a good number, quality number. But like I said, with the JV guy, I threw a JV kid in for a couple minutes. He saved us maybe another foul from Rayshawn or Mike. So,
Hey, it worked for the Hickory Hoosiers,
Yeah, they had
all
6.
you need is 8.
So
they started with 6, and if it ended up somehow that one kid came back and was never explained how he showed back up Buddy. But the other ones you knew why they come back. But Buddy decided it was time to play.
Ollie. Yeah, had to go shoot the granny shot.
The granny shots. It worked for Rick Barry, so it's got to work.
I think Sean made a good point there, is that having those numbers down, he was put in a position where he had to keep Rayshawn on the floor. And like you said, he's going to take him out to keep him safe. But he got in the ball game, stayed out there, didn't pick up that 5th foul, played well. Because I can tell you, the last time we were at Jacksonville, and I've never won a game at Jacksonville, even when we played at Southwest, we didn't win, and we've already started off with a loss there. But I think your first 6 points was above the rim and dunks on us the last time, because I think it was it Rayshawn to come off the baseline for the first alley-oop?
Mike had 1 or 2.
Mike had 1 or 2, and I was like, holy cow.
And you talked about earlier about the football guys and everything. I think the mold, and when Tony kind of set the standard at Northside, but they had football guys, but you had like Amari and Rayshawn play football, but they work on basketball.
Right.
They put time in. That's how I think the multi-sport athlete should work. If you're going to play basketball, you're going to play baseball practice. I think we had got to the point where we had some football guys that, Mike and Michael Carlock and Juju, they can never touch a ball and still make a difference because they're Division I athletes.
Right.
When Tymer Brown played for us, I mean, he was a basketball guy for a couple months a year, but he can make a difference because he's that athletic. But that's kind of the mold we hopefully can continue is get your big time athletes, but the guys that are here put time in. You got to work at it. You can't show up and play.
I was always asked that question at Southwest when we started off, when I first got there, and we were struggling the first couple of years, and the football program obviously was great, and everybody was like, how can you win so many football games but you're struggling in basketball? I said, let me tell you something. You can take a 6 kid, 310-pound kid guy, put him in shoulder pads and football pants and a helmet, put him on the offensive line and teach him 1 or 2 blocking schemes, and his size is going to work. Just because you're 6'7" walking down the hallway doesn't mean you can dribble and shoot. It's every position in basketball is a skill position.
And you got to play both sides. And the conditions a whole lot different.
Well, what's y'all's future look like? How's your JV teams doing? We don't really talk much about them, guys. So.
Our JV team, they're pretty heavy freshman laden, and they've had a decent season. Our coaches with the JV program, Coach Stott and Coach Rutland, they've really started to try and instill some discipline and expectations with those guys. And we're really talking about basketball program, not a varsity team and a JV team, but we want to build a Northside basketball program. So we got a lot of freshmen that have a real good season. There's just a couple of sophomores on there, and I pulled up a couple of sophomores. So we're going to be better next year, and if we work hard, and it all comes down to working hard this spring, this summer, and into the fall, and buying into what you're trying to do, we'll have more success next year, and the following year we look to have more success. So future I think is pretty good, but it always comes down to the kids working hard in the classroom. Priority number 1, keeping their eligibility, and then working hard on the basketball court in the weight room and doing all the things they need to do to make themselves better.
And we're 17-3.
Yep.
So tied for first.
That's good.
I think we win tonight, they'll win the conference. But we got a lot of sophomores, which kind of
That's nice.
It is, but especially in basketball. I mean, we're playing J.H. Rose, and they got a 6'5" freshman on varsity.
Yeah.
So it's good that we're winning, but at the same time, like if you've got a freshman, I had 4 sophomores up on varsity last year. If you got a really good freshman or sophomore, they're normally going to be up. This year I didn't have to do that, but yeah, they've done well. I think if they win tonight, they'll win the conference, which is always good, and kids are pretty excited about it.
Well, Canes just scored their second goal, so we're going to take a break. Before we do, though, Hollywood, give them the rundown for tonight on airtime, all that stuff.
Well,
Let me get situated over here. 4:45 pregame, 5 o'clock is a tip-off at Northside with the Cards and the Monarchs, right?
That's us.
Yeah.
At the Lions Den, right?
Yeah, the Lions Den.
Den.
So it's gonna be a lot of fun. We got the complete coverage with the two guys in here, man. This is great. We got the full
the dynamic duo.
How'd that work out?
Yeah, how about that? That's pretty sweet. Yeah, I like that.
Farley and Brown.
It's nice.
Now keep in mind though, with JV games, you might want to get there just a skosh early.
We don't have a JV game.
There's no JV games.
JV is playing at 7 at Jacksonville, so it's going to be a separate site.
So are we the first? We're the first.
We're the first.
We're the first game at 5 o'clock.
Game time is 5 o'clock.
We'll start on
It's
time.
the hottest ticket in town. Buy them by 12 noon today.
It's the only varsity men's game you can see at 5 o'clock.
Do you guys take cash or is it online only?
It's all online.
Is everybody pretty much online only?
This game for us was online, and I think at Jacksonville last time it was all online, but typically we've been doing both.
So if you're not there, if you don't buy online, you can listen online at WSME971.com or the old-fashioned way. We like that, right, Tim?
Yes.
971.com, and of course that's it. So make sure you check it out. And Tim loves radio because he grew up in the business. This guy,
The business.
I love him. I love this guy.
Yes, grew up in the business. Local radio is the best thing to do.
That's it, man. Still going strong.
Oh, yes.
I can have my series, all that stuff, but I still listen to radio.
Yeah.
All right, we'll be right back on Sports Talk, and we'll have the Hurricanes watch as soon as we come back.
But only coach.
Hey, let's have a party here this weekend, all right?
Yeah.
All right, it's the weekly Top 40. This is Rick D's, and we've got a healthy helping of some hot music, some D's sleaze. The weekly Top 40 Challenge has a great prize. This weekend, we got the hits right here on the weekly Top 40. We'll see you here.
The weekly Top 40 80s edition, Sunday night, 6 to 10 on Freedom 97.1 WSME.
This month, get bodacious savings during the President's Day sales event at National Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram. Right now, come in for our huge discounts on new Jeeps, Ram trucks, and the performance of Dodge. Find yours today at nationaldodge.com.
Visit National Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram.
Highway 17 in Jacksonville.
It's a national thing. Go National.
Since the 1930s, people have trusted the local law offices of Attorney John Drew Warlick for personal injury, family law representation, and traffic offenses. That's over 90 years serving the legal needs of people throughout Onslow County, which makes the law offices of John Drew Warlick your hometown law firm. So when you need the services of an attorney, and at some point most people will, the law offices of Attorney John Drew Warlick is here for you. For an appointment, phone 910-455-7700 or visit their location, 313 New Bridge Street, right here in downtown Jacksonville.
For 40 years now, people throughout Jacksonville and Onslow County have trusted Barnes Diamond Gallery for all their jewelry needs for every special occasion. They understand that every day is a special event for someone, whether celebrating a wedding, anniversary, birthday, engagement, or graduation. Let Barnes Diamond Gallery custom design something for you. Barnes Diamond Gallery does on-site repair in addition to their quality and selection of diamonds. Diamond fashion bands, pendants, watches, earrings, gemstone rings, and necklaces for anyone for any occasion. Major credit cards accepted. Layaway available. Barnes Diamond Gallery offers appraisals and paid top market prices for gold and silver. Barnes Diamond Gallery, 461 Western Boulevard, Suite 120, Jacksonville. Open 9:30 to 5:30, Monday through Friday.
In a season of falling temperatures and rising energy bills, your local Bryant professional is always ready, standing by to protect your home's comfort and defend you from uncomfortable temperatures and the higher energy bills associated with them. Ready to do whatever it takes for your home, your family, and you to be comfortable without breaking the bank. Because when the temperature falls, that's when your local Bryant professional turns up the heat efficiently.
Call Down East Heating and Air Conditioning at 346-411 and let them keep you comfortable this winter. Down East Heating and Air Conditioning, serving our community for over 25 years. Also, Down East can help you with your home guttering needs. Call Down East today at 346-4311.
Bryant, whatever it takes.
Pro Image Promotional Solutions in Jacksonville. A one-stop for your custom tees, sweats, hooded sweats, caps, and outerwear. Pro Image will design uniquely for you. Pro Image will do screen prints, digitize, and embroider right on site at their location in Jacksonville at 51 Plaza Drive B, just behind the Pizza Hut on Gum Branch Road. Pro Image Promotional Solutions, specializing in helping schools, businesses, church groups, civic organizations, and recreation sports teams with uniforms and their team gear. See Mark Houston for ideas on how to make your personal business wear look professional and appealing. For more information, visit proimagenc.com. That's proimagenc.com or call 910-347-0004. Again, that's 910-347-0004. Pro Image Promotional Solutions, just behind the Pizza Hut on Gum Branch Road, Jacksonville. It's Sports Talk on Freedom 97.1 WSME.
Hey, welcome back to Sports Talk. I'm your host, Chris Rayner. We have co-host Kevin Brown with us today, co-host Robert Farley, Coach Sean Thompson, co-host Tim Foster. Thank you guys for being with us.
Sean McDonald was here earlier.
Was here, but he had to leave. And we just had a record earlier when Billy the Biscuit Bold Ninja snuck in. We had 7 people in the studio at one time. I think that's a record.
It was 8.
Was it 8?
Yeah, Sean hadn't left.
Sean McDougal
He's here somewhere.
Is that a fire code violation here?
Go in the bathroom there. We want to get into our Hurricanes watch. The Canes have so far a 1-2 week, but they got a game tonight at 9 at the Arizona Coyotes, however you want to pronounce it. That'll be puck drop tonight at 9 in Arizona, so you still got time to catch that flight and head out west if you want to watch them, or just watch them on TV like we will. They started out since our last watch. They won 1-0, a shutout on last Saturday night over the New Jersey Devils at home. Went to Dallas this past Tuesday and lost 4-2. So hopefully they're still on that road swing. They got the Arizona game tonight, and then they jump right into to Vegas tomorrow night, 10:30 puck drop. You're used to the East Coast, and all of a sudden you're dropping the puck at 10:30 at night when most people want to be in bed, you know. And then they will have a 3-game homestand next week. So good time for the Canes to start picking it up a little bit. There's rumors out there that they're trying to get a big-time goalie. The guy from, I say kid, the guy who's probably my age playing hockey, the guy in Nashville's last name's Soros, and he's one of the top ones. So they've always had a little trouble with their goalie play. So hopefully they can either pick up a goalie or get the ones that got back healthy, and we'll see what happens. Now, Kevin, you become a Caniac.
Yeah, I enjoy hockey. It's a good time, especially live.
I never thought I'd see somebody yell and scream as much as I did you at these games. Normally reserve Kevin Brown, but he gets after it.
Oh yeah, it's man, you get in there and all the lights and the music is and the smell of that good food is just it's really a good time.
It's funny how you said all that and never mentioned the game.
Yeah, I'm going March 10th. I just ordered me some tickets yesterday. Taking my family.
That's the Sunday game. We'll be at that game, so we'll.
My grandson's birthday, so he wanted to go to a hockey game. So I spent a lot of money because tickets aren't cheap.
Has he been to one before?
No.
He'll enjoy it.
And I had to get lower level tickets. My daughter will not sit in the upper level. So
now there's a lot of good upper level seats there, but if you know where the little honey holes are, there.
I'm 8 rows from the ice. So I guess that's pretty good.
That's pretty good.
Yeah,
you enjoy it.
I paid for them too.
It's actually like hockey. Hockey's always something going on. I'll watch it.
Kevin, Tim can't go back to hockey games. He went to one game, they lost 4-0, and he can't go back.
See, and after that game, I coached a basketball game. When they started coming back down, I sent 3 kids on the court and threw off, and they threw a technical foul. I didn't understand
hockey is like basketball, isn't it? The object's to score a goal.
It is.
Put the biscuit in the basket.
Except I have to send guys to the score table and wait for a dead ball to sub out. I can't just send them over the wall.
Yeah, that's crazy how they changed lineups. That's just
you don't have to worry about getting back on defense if I can just throw the guys.
Wouldn't that be cool if you could just run a new 5 out there at one time without ever stopping the action? That'd be kind of a little helter-skelter, but old Dean Smith back in the days of the blue team would just substitute a whole new 5 in without ever taking them off. You remember the night we went to the game and the guy called with the 2 seats down by the glass?
Oh, yeah.
So we alternated. We had 4 people total, and we would alternate right behind the goalie. I mean, the first row behind the goalie. And that's intense hockey action there.
It is. You're up close, and they had a shot on goal, and the puck come and hit the glass right in front of
your face.
Shotgun going on. I mean, it was loud.
That's a little scary being that close.
Yeah,
It's nice though.
I'm glad y'all enjoy hurricanes.
We do, Tim. And you got to go to another game. I'm gonna give you another try.
And I think I saw some news where Anderson's practicing again. Yeah. So it'll be another some more help.
He's probably he's their top goalie, and he's back in the pipe. So hopefully they can get him out in the Metro Division. And like I said, they've just been basically kind of winning 2 out of 3, kind of meandering around. But the thing is, get hot during the playoffs. That's what you guys are hoping for in basketball, right?
Yes.
Playoffs and get hot. That's all you can ask for. We do want to do our trivia question in this short segment here. We'll go ahead and get it out there before the next segment. I think I found one that most people should be able to get. In 1996, this NFL coaching maestro was fired by the Cleveland Browns, finishing his Browns coaching career with a record of 36-44. In true Browns fashion, they got rid of one they probably maybe should have kept. He ended up leaving Cleveland and won 6-7 Super Bowl titles somewhere else. I think that should probably give it away. If it doesn't, then you're not a big NFL fan. This NFL coaching maestro was fired by Cleveland, left the Browns with a coaching record of 36-44, went on to much greener pastures elsewhere, winning about, was it 6 or 7? It was 6, wasn't it?
I think it's 6.
6.
Yeah. Super Bowl titles.
And he's not coaching this year.
He's not coaching.
He's taking the year
he didn't
off.
win this year, so he's not coaching.
He didn't win this year, so he's not coaching. So if you know that trivia question, call. He took my other sheet. What's that number? 910.
I should know by heart, shouldn't I? 910-346-2248, 910-346-2248. American Dream Cakes gift certificate, amazing place to go.
Can we call in?
What was that number again?
910-346-2248. Chris reads it so fast, we got to make sure.
Oh my gosh, you read it way faster, but you're a lot more clear than I am. I have kind of a bit of a marble mouth.
Mush mouth.
Let's talk about the Super Bowl before we take our next break. What you guys think of the Super Bowl?
I went to sleep.
That good, huh?
I'm getting old between the new baby.
I'll be honest.
I fell asleep. I tried to stay up. I stayed up to the end of regulation, and whenever it went into overtime, I was like, I can't.
Well, what I like
Who goes
about
to
it,
sleep during overtime?
what I like about the Super Bowl, they started
I had practice
like at
that,
6:30, versus like the World Series, the games are at 8:30, and then the NCAA college football, basketball, they start at 9 o'clock, and
Well, they have to start at 6:30 because they have a 40-minute halftime.
That's right.
yeah.
I wouldn't mind seeing them start at like 3 in the afternoon.
I'd like for them to play on Saturday night.
Saturday night would be great.
Saturday night would be great. And that was what I was going to ask you guys. I think Saturday night would be the perfect thing. I know it's changing tradition, but man, so many people would have that Sunday to kind of mellow out before they go back to work Monday.
This doesn't affect y'all, but we have a teacher work day this coming Monday. I'm like, why would the county not?
Why not do it last
You're in with the county.
Well, it's President's
You can make
Day.
it happen. Oh, is it President's
It's President's Day. That's why, Sean.
That's why they put the work
Okay, I
day.
got
To
Well, what's
coincide with
funny
all the federal
is
stuff.
you asked about the Super Bowl, and we talked about what time it starts and moving it to Saturday, but obviously none of us were, who won? Oh, none of us were Chief fans.
I picked them, but I'm not a
Because we
Chiefs
don't
fan,
really
but I just
care.
thought the quarterback play would. And I think Purdy played well enough to win. I don't think it was that.
I was pulling for the 49ers because I like a good storyline. I think Brock Purdy is a good storyline, and he played well. They need to negotiate a
San
contract.
Francisco
with him.
had a couple bad breaks, like that punt.
Yeah.
Where hit the guy's foot. He's trying to block. I mean, that's something.
Stuff like that happens.
And that was their only touchdown in regulation. Was that play after that play?
As far as Super Bowls go, though, it was a good game.
Well, the first part was it was close, but it was just the first part just kind of, like Sean said, you're just kind of eating food and watching commercials. And then the second half picked it up back and forth the whole second half.
I think the 49er coach, is he rethinking taking the ball in overtime? He won the toss and took the ball instead of deferring.
I think you got to take the ball. The other team scores a touchdown. You're done.
No, the rules for it's changed for
Those teams,
playoffs.
they get it regardless.
And I
right?
don't.
Is it different in the
didn't know
playoffs?
that.
It's different playoffs. They changed it.
Oh, I didn't know that.
I had seen a post where they said, almost like he didn't know the rule, and
They changed the rule for playoffs. Now both teams get an opportunity, even if you score a touchdown.
Oh, well,
the
in
other
that
team
case,
gets it. The difference is, the Chiefs knew they had to score, so they were going to go on fourth, and they went on one. I think they won fourth down play. They got to go because they got to kick a field goal to tie it, or they got to score a touchdown to win it. So they already knew that. Where with San Francisco, they didn't go on fourth down. They just kicked the field goal.
I was
there.
not aware of that. I'm glad you told me because that makes it more like the high school thing where you want to get the ball second because you know what the other guy's done already. Yeah. We got to take our last break. When we come back, we're going to pick up on the Super Bowl again because we got a couple other things to discuss, some other things that happened in the Super Bowl. We'll be right back on Sports Talk.
Freedom 97.1 WSME. Southern Touch Painting, Maintenance, Power Washing, and Roofing specializes in residential and commercial interior and exterior painting. In fact, they paint most anything except cars, including homes, businesses, apartment complexes, decks, and they do minor repairs, wood repairs, pressure washing, waterproofing, and more, including storm repair and cleanup. Southern Touch Painting, Maintenance, Power Washing, and Roofing, fully licensed, insured, and locally owned and operated by Roger Carroll Jr. References available and customer satisfaction is always guaranteed. So if you want to paint maintained, power washed, or need a new roof, call Southern Touch Painting, Maintenance, and Power Washing at 910-939-0749 or visit southerntouchpaintingnc.com. Southern Touch Painting, Maintenance, Power Washing, and Roofing salutes our troops and is proud to be part of the continued growth of Onslow and surrounding counties.
Mohawk All Pet Protection and Warranty is the only cover protection and warranty for all pets, all accidents, all the time. Because your pets are family members too. No matter how you live, we've got you covered. Soft, luxurious, smart strand forever clean carpet. Gorgeous, durable, Solid-Tech luxury vinyl tile. Mohawk has the ultimate floor for every room in your home. That's suitable for all pets. For details, contact Watkins Floor Covering online at watkinsnewfloor.com. Watkins Floor Covering, thanking you for voting them the best of the best for 2023 in the flooring covering and carpet cleaning category. Watkins Floor Covering, they're more than just floors. It's custom showers, custom tubs, carpet cleaning, backsplashes, bathrooms, commercial, retail, and home flooring too. Watkins Floor Covering, family owned and operated since 1997 with locations in Jacksonville and Surf City. Watkins Floor Covering, you stand on it, we stand behind it.
Mark your calendars. The Jones Onslow EMC 2024 annual meeting is almost here. New venue, same family fun. Join us on Friday, March 22nd at the River of Life Church on Gum Branch Road. Registration, food, entertainment, and displays will begin at 5:30 p.m. and the business meeting will follow shortly after. Keeping with tradition, attendees will have the chance to win gifts worth hundreds of dollars. Learn firsthand about how we power our community at this fun-filled event. For more information, visit joemc.com.
Humphrey Heating and Air Conditioning, your trusted local carrier indoor weather team, serving all of your heating and air conditioning needs since 1967. Now offers residential and commercial duct and dryer vent cleaning, and now offers expert residential and commercial plumbing service. In case of a power outage due to a storm or for any other reason, be prepared with a Generac generator for your home or business. Humphrey Heating and Air Conditioning has Generac generators in stock, ready to install today. Remember, better breathing comes with cleaner air. Let Humphrey Heating and Air Conditioning improve the air quality in your home or business with professional air duct cleaning. As always, Humphrey Heating and Air Conditioning is available 24/7 for all your heating, cooling, and plumbing emergency needs. Turn to the carrier experts, Humphrey Heating and Air Conditioning, with locations in Jacksonville and Hampstead. Visit online, humphreyheating.com, and follow us on Facebook and Instagram. Humphrey Heating and Air Conditioning since 1967. Relax, we're on the way.
Bradley's Jewelers has always been there for you to help create special moments or celebrate accomplishments. And when the time comes to repair that favorite chain, tighten those prongs on your engagement ring, or replace that stone altogether, Bradley's Jewelers will again be there for you. With a master bench jeweler on site, equipped with the latest technology, your repair will be expertly done to their meticulous standards. Bradley's Jewelers, 1122 Western Boulevard in front of Staples and Best Buy in Jacksonville.
Wismart and Chappie's Chicken. And for over 50 years, Great Gas and Oil Company has kept our community comfortable year-round with quality heating and cooling products and dependable service. In addition to heating and air conditioning service, Great Gas and Oil Company does generators, tankless water heaters, and quality appliance repair. For service, phone 910-347-7138. Locally owned and operated by Jerry and Jeff Allen and Bobby and Louise Williams.
WSME, Camp Lejeune, W246CJ, Jacksonville. It's Sports Talk on Freedom 97.1 WSME.
Hey, we're back here live with Sports Talk with a whole host of people in the studio today. Co-host Robert Farley today, co-host Kevin Brown. Thank you guys for being with us.
It's been a pleasure.
You'll be covering the big game tonight.
We will. I'm excited about it.
Between these two dudes over here. Now, you guys just going to tee it up and y'all play basketball, or are you going to let the teams play?
That would be a safety issue for me. Coach Thompson, it might be a little bit different for him. He's a few days younger than me, but if we throw it up, it's going to be ugly.
You know, when I saw you this summer, I don't think you had gray hair.
I did. I just cut it and you couldn't see it.
Stopped coloring it.
Okay.
I remember at the end of the first quarter, I thought, man, I'm out of shape for coaching. I hadn't done this in so long.
You can't even breathe hollering at people.
It's like, oh my gosh.
Coach Tim Foster, thank you for being with us. Coach Sean Thompson, thank you for being with us. Big matchup tonight. 5 p.m. On the air, 4:45. Hollywood does it so much better, but I'll do it this time. On the air, 4:45. And you know the tip will be at 5 because it's the first game at the Lions Den. Is that really what y'all call it?
I've never heard it called. We are Monarchs.
The King's Castle or something, whatever you want to call it.
We'll figure
you got the bird cage.
Kevin will make sure we don't call it that because I don't want to make nobody mad.
Yeah, no, I'll have to find out.
Yeah, you need to let us know what you call it.
It's
I'll get
not
some
like
clarification for
it's
you.
not anything derogatory.
No, it's good. I just if it's got another name, you don't want to.
I don't think it's been.
Not like the bird cage though.
Yeah, the bird cage. 5 bleachers high on the court, and then you're up above. And,
I love the balcony section. That's awesome.
It gets a little rowdy in there, and so I think it'll be if the Monarchs will come out and play hard and play like they played the last couple of ball games. And Jacksonville comes in and plays their game, then it should be a good game for most of it. And then Mamari and Rayshawn will take over, and
we'll see.
It might separate it a little bit. But Jacksonville's on a roll. We're playing well, so this is a good final for a rivalry game.
How come your conference didn't move your games up to Thursday like the other conferences did?
That's a good question. I don't know. Well, the other ones may start playing on Monday, when we don't play Monday.
Well,
I'm not taking anything against Northside, but obviously you look at the schedule. We got this game, but when y'all beat New Bern, it's like, okay, we gotta, and our guys are gonna come in focused. But we told them yesterday, look, they beat New Bern. We struggled with Havelock as well. They beat New Bern and Havelock. This is not a gimme game, and we knew. And I told you this summer when you took over June 20th or whatever it was, that y'all would get better over time.
That is weird. I was wondering why East Central didn't do that because they start the conference tournament Monday, and we got game tonight at Southwest. If you're in town, also Southwest will be hosting East Duflin Senior Night, so that's a big game in that conference too. I hope it wasn't last night. If it was last night, it's
tonight.
That's gonna save me a lot of my preparation time I got to do today for the games. That's good.
Having what Sean just said there was. We've talked about it last couple of days is that New Bern come to us and they were looking at our record and probably looking past us, and they got bit hard and took that loss when they left, and we know that win over New Bern. We know Jacksonville is not going to come in tonight looking past us, so they're going to be focused, and we're not going to have the benefit of them overlooking us and looking to the conference tournament. And I know Coach Thompson's done reminding them that they beat New Bern.
Kevin and I did the Christmas tournament game you two guys played, and it was close at halftime. It was like a 6-point game at the half, I believe. And
I was fortunate to do your matchup whenever you were at the Bird Cage as well. So tonight I'll be able to call for WSME all 3 games. So I'm super excited. And one of the things that we've talked about every time you boys battle is, I think Jacksonville won by 20 last time y'all met. But if you was to look at the type of play both your teams put out a last minute in the game, you'd never know it by how hard you guys hustle on both sides. And I think that's just a great attribute to how well y'all coach your kids. And so I'm super excited about being able to be there and watch that tonight.
Well, we appreciate it. I just hope it doesn't start off like it did in the Bird Cage when it was like alley-oop, dunk, alley-oop, and I was like, oh my gosh. But we held it together. Our guys play hard, and Sean's guys play hard, and I do think that Jacksonville, the teams we've played in the conference, I do think Sean's guys, they are. I think they're a better team than their first 3 games. I think those first 3 games y'all played in the conference is what bit y'all because of the timing of it all. But coming at the end of the season, I think Jacksonville, others may not pick it, but obviously I want the Monarchs to win it, but I think Jacksonville's going into this tournament and they're probably playing better than they were a couple of weeks ago, and they're going to make some noise in that conference tournament. Now, obviously, I hope the Monarchs will derail them a little bit tonight, and I think if we beat y'all tonight, we're probably going to play each other again on Tuesday. At least we don't have to travel to Greenville to play, so maybe we should
play here. And I'll joke with our girls coach too. In the boys game, it doesn't matter. Every boys team has a player.
Yes.
Like if the Ritter kid gets hot, it don't matter how good you are. Like, some nights our girls coach can just sit over there, and it doesn't matter what the other team does, they're going to win.
Right.
And in the boys game, there's always a guy. Every team has a guy that can get hot. It's like the Swansboro-Richlands game last year in the first round of the playoffs. They had I can't remember the kid's name, had 40 points.
Yeah.
And he averaged like 10 on the season, scored 40.
It's got hot.
But like any given night.
I was at that game and went double overtime.
But any given night, and you look at March Madness and it kind of trickle. There's obviously a couple teams in high school basketball that are going to probably be untouchable. But for the most part, the other 300 teams are pretty much, they all have a guy.
And it's senior night for us, so we'll start our 5 seniors, and
it's your ceremony in between games?
It's in between the games.
Okay.
So
who's singing for your halftime? Anybody performing big?
Chris Rayner and the Shondales.
We were going to mention that earlier. We were talking about the Super Bowl. That was one other thing we wanted to touch on about the Super Bowl. When all that changed, it was in 1992. The Super Bowl used to just have like high school bands and college bands and just normal stuff at halftime. They didn't have a real big. They might have a couple of lesser known performers, but when it got really big, they added Michael Jackson in 1993, the first big Super Bowl halftime show. And the reason why is, and I saw this on Facebook, so it's got to be true. In 1992, Fox Network aired an episode of In Living Color that people were anticipating. They didn't wait and start the episode until the Super Bowl first half started. Like they, moved their program up to where it occurred during halftime. Basically took the whole Super Bowl audience away to watching the episode of In Living Color. I don't remember being that great of a show, but anyway, they watched that. And so the next year, the Super Bowl said, okay, that won't happen again. So that's when they started the big halftime shows.
I think Paula Abdul was dancing on In Living Color before.
Yeah, she was one of those.
Paula Abdul.
Yeah,
Well, this Super Bowl was, I think, most watched ever. I guess a lot of Taylor Swift fans were there watching it.
And like it or not, she added a certain dynamic that probably wasn't watching football before. Those teenage girls, teenage boys, other men, whatever, Travis Kelce fans. What did you guys think about the whole Travis Kelce thing? Well, I mean, she's Taylor Swift. The whole Travis Kelce thing getting in the face of Coach Reed like that. I wasn't a big fan of that. I'm sorry.
The picture, the optics were horrible. I mean, that picture where he's like,
Did you see it live, though? He almost knocked him over.
It's those guys, they're grown men. And I know he's the coach, he's in charge. It's a different, there's probably so much that happens in the locker room that you don't see.
They'll probably have a relationship where they're like that with each other, but it looked bad for.
It's not
video,
it's a bad look.
But afterwards, didn't they get together and they were like joking about it?
They won.
Yeah.
I'm thinking if that was Andy Reid 20 years ago, we might would have come from the Super Bowl to the brawl on the sidelines because, Andy's a little older, a little seasoned. I'm thinking 60-year-old Tim might react to that differently, but 30-year-old Tim is definitely going to react to that.
I know a 19-year-old Tim would have done. Boom! I grew up with it. All right, let's do a couple of housekeeping things. First, we want to put our trivia question back out there. 910-346-2248. 910-346-2248. You took my.
I'm not paying attention. I'm trying
to have that sheet back before the end of the show.
I'm trying to make sure things work over here.
910.
Did I give your sheet back to you?
346-2248.
That's it, buddy. You got it.
I need that sheet though before the end of the show. You can do it at the end of the show. Okay, that's fine. Because you do it better than I do. The trivia question is 910-346-2248. Trivia question is: what NFL coaching maestro was fired by Cleveland Browns on this date and finished with his Browns coach coaching career of 36-44 record, but he got on somewhere else and won 6 or 7, we think 6 Super Bowl titles. So if you know who that coach is, calling you win an American Dream Cakes gift certificate
from Ganella. She's one of the owners, and Randy. They just phenomenal. And if you've never eaten some of the sweets down there, they're homemade, delicious. You'll love it. So call now.
Can we get a dream cake for breakfast? Yeah.
That would be good one morning.
I'm sure we could. Yeah.
What's Tom Brady doing nowadays?
I'm getting ready to become the #1 guy on Fox.
That's terrible.
I know, because I thought Greg Olson did a really good job. Now, does that mean he's #2 guy on Fox, or is he going with?
I guess he's staying on Fox. I guess.
I'd go with somebody else and be #1 guy.
Panther games. He'd be doing every Panther game there is.
Well, we got a text from our buddies over at the Jacksonville Sports Commission. They do have the 3 days of boxing going on this weekend. The Carolina Gloves USA Boxing Grassroots Regional Tournament. It says championship belts February 15th through 18th. 15th is yesterday, right? Today's 16th. So it started apparently yesterday. It's at the Jacksonville Commons Recreation Center. So you guys can have a lot of traffic over there tonight.
They also have early voting going on.
Yeah. And then noon is 6 p.m. Saturday. And then noon on Sunday. She said Saturday, but noon on Sunday. So that boxing's going on to support the Jacksonville Sports Commission. So go check that out. And we're going to jump right into this.
What time do they start? 6?
It says 6 p.m. tonight, yeah.
So it's a great opportunity for everybody that wants to go to boxing. They just show up about 15, 20 minutes late. They can go ahead and get their tickets online and come see Northside and Jacksonville play at 5.
Or, as history has shown, you might see some at the game.
No, let's not.
No.
That affects you in 2 ways now.
Yeah.
It's the principle.
That's right.
That's right.
Don't
You're
be
an
speaking like
administrator.
that.
You can't be doing that. Let's just take the boxing out at the boxing room. All right, everybody's going to help out, so everybody grab a sheet. Do I need to call you two now? Grab your sheet here. We're going to do this day in sports. Yeah.
I need to let the referees know to watch you guys tonight.
This is this day in sports history.
Box.
All this stuff happened on February 16th at some time or another. In 1916, on February 16th, the New York Yankees bought Frank Home Run Baker from the Athletics for $37,500. That's righteous bucks in 1916. All right, Robert.
I believe 1978, Leon Spinks beats Muhammad Ali in a 15 for heavyweight boxing title. I remember that.
And everybody knows what Leon Spinks' tie to the area was.
He was a Marine.
He was a Marine stationed here. He was in the all-Marine boxing. That's how he became a professional boxer. Does anyone know the urban legend of how he lost his front tooth?
No.
A fight on Court Street.
I was say that.
That was broke up by Ed Brown and Troy Shiver. I don't know.
So who knocked his tooth out?
They won't tell. I think he slipped and fell, probably. All right, Sean.
All right, in 1980, NHL Oilers Wayne Gretzky assists on the NHL record tying 7 goals in the 8-2 victory over Washington at Northlands Coliseum in Edmonton.
See, Tim, that's the kind of game you need to go to, an 8-2 win, not a 4-0 loss.
Or
you would enjoy the game better if an 8-2 win.
I could go to Daytona.
In 1981,
the 23rd Daytona 500, Richard Petty wins record 7th title at Daytona, beating Bobby Allison to the line by 3.5 seconds.
You know who witnessed that live?
You?
No, Ronald Reagan was there, our president. Yeah,
was
he
that
was
the one
there.
where they had the picture of the Air Force taking off behind the...
He's on the backstretch. That was a great picture. Now, if you're not familiar with NASCAR, you would say 3.5 seconds. Wow, that was a close race. At Daytona, 3.5 seconds is not a close race at 200 miles an hour.
Back in 1987, Senior PGA Championship, Chichi Rodriguez wins 2nd and his final championship tour title by 1 stroke from Dale Douglas.
One of the greatest calls in all of broadcasting history was Les Nessman on WKRP talking about Chichi Rodriguez winning the big golf tournament over the weekend. In 1991, Troy State sets the NCAA Division II record with 103 points in the second half, routing DeVry Institute 187 to 117. So I guess those artists or designers or whatever were not very good in playing defense.
They were busy rerouting.
And that sounds like a regular. That's a regulated 187 to 117.
That's kind of how the NBA is going.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Is that going to be that kind of score tonight at the Lions Den?
The 18 and 17 sound about right, but not the 100, I don't know.
And the 100 too.
Hey, 1994, Tom Barrasco becomes winningest U.S.-born goalie in NHL history as the Pittsburgh Penguins win 5-3 over visiting Winnipeg, past his record of 252 career wins set by Frank Brimsek.
Y'all remember Tom Barrasso and Frank Brimsek, of course?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah,
I was watching. That was a great game.
Do I skip this one?
Yeah, we'll skip that one.
1998, the 40th Daytona 500. Dale Earnhardt's only Daytona win in his 20th start snaps a 59-race winless streak.
So we're going to jump right to 2004, back to the 46th Daytona 500. Well, Dale Earnhardt Jr. wins exactly 6 years to the day after his father, Dale Sr., won his first and only Daytona 500 in 1998.
Isn't that crazy? The same exact date. I mean, it's usually around the same time. Because it was 6 years in leap year, it became the same exact date. And obviously, a lot of people call it the day NASCAR died. I mean, because NASCAR, a lot of people still watched it for a while, but it's just never quite the same without the Intimidator. Whether you liked him or not, you either loved him or hated him because he was one of the greatest.
So the last place you wanted to be was in first place, going into the last lap on the super speedway and see number 3, the good wrench Chevy behind you back there. That was you're like, I'm going to hit the wall and not win this race if he's on my bumper at the end of this thing.
He's going to run you a little bit. One of the coolest finishes ever was at Bristol one year when Earnhardt rooted out Rusty Wallace at the end to win at Bristol. Bristol's like, you're still running 120 miles an hour, but you're at a half-mile track. I think Rusty Wallace called it like flying a jet airplane in a gymnasium. That's what it's like. So he roots him out, wins the race. Rusty throws a water bottle off Earnhardt's nose, at the end. That was NASCAR. That was a cool, nobody likes the fights and stuff, but that was just a cool way to do it back then. Now it's, can y'all tell me who won the NASCAR Winston Cup last year?
Yeah.
No idea.
Oh, okay.
Joey Logano.
Robert wouldn't know. See, Robert knows these factoids.
Wasn't the Winston Cup.
Still always the Winston Cup.
And he's on the pole for this weekend's race too.
Is Daytona this weekend?
Yeah, Daytona this weekend. Yeah.
It used to be the Sprint. Wasn't the Sprint Cup at some point? The Sprint.
It was the Sprint.
It was Sprint Cup.
And then Nextel. I don't know what it is now.
See, there you go. That
it
tells
was
you a lot.
Winston Cup and Busch Series for years, and that's what everybody knows it as. And
beer and cigarettes.
Beer and cigarettes. That's what you had terms like chicken bone alley. Y'all know what that was?
Oh yeah.
That's the lower section of the track where people threw their chicken bones and beer cans. And it's just that was the niche that racing.
Look, I lived in Bristol for 4 years. Worked in radio there, and we went to the races all the time. And to watch a race, one of those sports too. Like you watch it on TV, I could never get into it, but when you're there in the atmosphere and the smell of burnt rubber, man, it's just awesome.
There's nothing better going to a Bristol night race.
Oh no, absolutely.
But I've been one time and I couldn't hear for like 2 weeks. And I had earplugs and.
The thing about it is the smell of rubber, the action, and just the crowd and everything that's going on.
Yeah.
Would you rather be there on Sunday afternoon to watch that, or wearing a coat into an arena, having to bundle up for a cold game on ice?
I wear shorts. The way it is now, I'll go with hockey. I wear shorts though. I don't think I've ever worn pants to a hockey game before.
I've never seen. I saw you wear pants one time. It was so cold.
Not made it home.
I've seen you wear
That
pants
was
one
the
time.
game at Lee County.
Yeah, it was so cold.
I put them on when I got there.
Yeah, blue jeans. In my life.
Southwest thing, wearing shorts when it's 20
No, it's
below.
a fat boy thing. I'm so well insulated that I don't need.
I did go
pants.
to a second or third round soccer game up in Edenton. I can't remember. I just know I had my warm up pants were there, and I had my shorts on. And at halftime, I said, "I'm going to put it's getting cold." I couldn't put them on because there was frost all over the pants, so I had to.
Hey, I think you guys tonight should wear instead of wearing a polo and khakis, wear your get on some shorts and a jersey tonight.
Shorts and a jersey.
It's had a new trend there.
It's kind of changed though, because when I was coaching 20 years ago, I was wearing a shirt and tie. And now
that was the best thing about COVID. From college down, it's all the quarter zip jackets or polo tennis shoes.
Yeah,
my feet used to kill me after coaching. I can't sit down.
Baseball manager
used to wear the coat and tie and stuff.
I would wear a shirt and tie, but I would wear like dress shoes, like loafers and.
Not good to stand in on.
I mean, baseball managers wear uniforms. Why don't basketball or football coaches?
I was getting ready to go to that point. All right, you picture baseball. You got Tommy Lasorda out there coaching the Dodgers back in the day, wearing a regular. It looks normal. Imagine Chuck Daly wearing the tank top and shorts for the Detroit Pistons.
Well, you know why the baseball coaches wear the uniforms?
No.
It was because when the coaches originally were coaches, they were coaches and players.
And players love.
So they coached and played.
Probably one of the last ones was P. Rose, wasn't it? Remember he played and coached.
I can't.
He was he's the last one I remember. And of course, does everyone think P. Rose needs to be in the Hall of Fame?
You ask a diehard baseball guy, he's going to tell you no.
Really?
I think now he's served enough time that his playing days. I think he should be in.
I think he should be. Yeah, I do too.
Yeah.
All right. You got the game?
Should be a good one. I think, like you said, there's been a lot of good battles in the past since I've been here. So you can't take anybody lightly. I mean, even some of those years when Tony was here, we'd make a run at them. We would obviously couldn't play with those guys, but it was still entertaining at the same time.
Yeah. And I think it'll be entertaining. They play hard. These kids all know each other. They've grown up with each other.
Some of them live almost across the street from each other with the way the lines are drawn.
Lines are. I mean, it's just kind of crazy, but I think the kids are looking forward to it. It's senior night at Northside. They're going to come out and play hard. Jacksonville is looking to bump up into the conference standings and make a run. So both teams have a little bit to play for, and hopefully they'll both show up and play hard and make it a fun time and a fun game to watch.
That's exactly right.
And if you could all be there tonight at the Lions Den, show up, watch the game. If you cannot be there at the Lions Den, we have the scintillating sounds of Robert Farley and Kevin Brown. Kevin, give us some scintillating thoughts on the game.
Oh, you got to wait for the night. It all comes natural off the hip.
Oh, okay. You got to be in the moment.
Yeah, this isn't scripted like the Super Bowl, so we'll call it as we see it.
And pregame 4:45. Okay. Pregame.
Yes.
4:45 pre.
Earlier than usual, so make sure.
PM pregame. Yes.
Hey, shout out to the ECI. It's June 20th through the 24th this year.
And this year they're doing something a little different. They're doing this program where it's some kind of sports broadcasting type thing where people that are involved in that, they'll have like interns and stuff there, so to make our broadcasting a lot easier.
And of course, a lot of those games at the Commons Rec Center and all those games were streamed live now, and I think they're still archived on there if you wanted to go.
I called Wills a couple weeks ago because U.S. Open is going to be in Pinehurst, and that's going to be the week before. That's on Father's Day. Is that the 13th?
Yeah, I think so.
So my wife's gotten into golf. There's a Netflix documentary called Full Swing, and we watched it. She wants to go to the U.S. Open. So
Oh, wow.
we got to look at tickets. I need to go ahead and get on that. Yeah.
Did you see the golf this past weekend at Phoenix? That was a disaster.
Is that the one where is that the stadium course where?
Oh yeah,
the crowd is basically getting due out of it.
They had like 50 people pass out.
They
had to be evacuated.
They had so many people rushing the gate that they
quit
couldn't
checking
scan
tickets,
their tickets, and then it was too full. And then the fire marshal said, "Hey, you got to cut off." And then they cut off alcohol sales because people were being kind of stupid, and it was unbelievable.
Well, it's always known for having a rowdy crowd, but it was always in a Ryder Cup type way. And then lately, they say it's getting better.
Tyler Johnson and a couple other golfers had words with fans, and it was just
so the fire marshal. Isn't it outside?
It is outside, but they wouldn't let. It was too packed.
Well, you got stands where they have this place is the one that's got the stands all down the side of the bar.
Well, I guess they quit checking it on the little club level. They quit checking tickets, so that got overcrowded.
But they said there was so many people there that the VIP places where they were serving alcohol for free, people were just crashing that, and they couldn't stop it. And
well, that kind of goes back to I'll say it. I don't mind. We can get on there. Is the climate in the United States right now is everybody feels like they've got a right to be where they want to be and do what they want to do, regardless of the people around them. And when in golf, when it gets becoming a rowdy thing, then we're in trouble. We're in trouble.
Well, that's always been known for be kind of rowdy.
Yeah, I mean, Happy Gilmore was 30 years ago. This is like Happy Gilmore on steroids. It was bad out there. I mean, it was
the Waterbury Open was nothing compared to this.
diving in, pulling balls out of a gator's mouth.
Yeah, I thought I saw Rodney Dangerfield there too. Maybe he caused some of that problem.
He got no respect. All right.
Hey, Chris, what you doing Saturday?
What am I doing Saturday? We got a baseball tournament. You gonna help?
I was hoping you come mow my grass or something.
Come mow my lawn. We are done with Sports Talk, but we want to mention our sponsors before we go. And to that, I'll turn that over to Hollywood Man and his awesome voice. Maybe not.
Oh, my goodness.
Chris, before we get into that, could I give a shout real quick?
Do it.
To NC FCA, we are having a scrimmage tomorrow at Southwest High School. I know it don't quite seem right, but baseball is upon us.
And our guest that we have all the time, Ken Lovell, will be there.
Can we finish basketball season before we start baseball?
Everything just kind of rolls into to the next season, and we've got
stuck in the middle.
And it is to support Fellowship of Christian Athletes. So come out, watch the games. It'll be Southwest, Fike, and Dixon.
Starts at 9 o'clock. It's going to be a $5 charge at the gate. It is a fundraiser for FCA. So
some of the best food you can buy out there.
Booster passes will not be valid,
of course,
for Southwest. But come on out and watch some good baseball tomorrow.
And want to mention again the 3 days of boxing Carolina Gloves starting tonight, 6 p.m., noon and 6 p.m. tomorrow, and noon on Sunday at the Jacksonville Commons Rec Center. That's the Jacksonville Alonzo Sports Commission event they have going on. And without further ado,
Sports Talk is powered by Barnes Diamond Gallery, National Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram, Wismart, Chappie's Chicken, Great Gas and Oil, Bayshore Animal Hospital, Golden Corral, the law offices of John Drew Warlick, Barley Insurance Services, Bill Mercer, Lane and Associates, Family Dentistry, Humphrey Heating and Air, Jones Onslow EMC, your Touchtone Energy Cooperative, and Southern Touch Painting. Thanks to Helen's Kitchen today for those fabulous Billy Bowls that have arrived. I'm ready to dig into those. And of course, the Hurricane Watch has been powered by Down East Heating and Air. After the show, make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel. Up and live right now there. You can watch a recap show or archive show there. It's all there for you. Several weeks past at our YouTube channel at WSME Radio, also Facebook page as well, and WSME971.com. All kinds of podcasts there for you. And that's it. So one question I just got from a listener, Tim, back in your radio days. Somebody wanted to ask you, whatever happened to the Wiz radio cloak you used to have? Whatever
Wiz Wizard. It's actually in the closet at the house.
Oh, okay. Can you explain what that is really fast?
My dad was a marketing. My dad was a marketing genius. He took a primetime station, daylight station. For those that don't know, that's you sign on when the sun comes up and you sign off when the sun goes down.
Our AM station.
And AM, your AM station.
Yeah, 1120 AM.
And it was WIIZ, Jacksonville's amazing AM, the Wiz, 1290. And he come up with the Wiz Wizard. So when they would do remotes around Jacksonville, the Wiz Wizard was there. And cloak, you did not know who the wizard was. You could not see the face, and the wizard was out
wow.
places. And
the mascot, yeah.
I mean, it was crazy. People had no clue. And
did you ever walk around with a sickle too, like the Grim Reaper?
No, we didn't do that. But there were several of us that played it. Myself played the Wiz Wizard. Chris Marks played it. My brother played it. We had Ricky Scott. We had a remote over at the old roller rink that was over there. Where the old globe there, yes, and because Ricky could skate, so he was the wizard because I could not go out there and skate in a costume. But I will say, some people do not realize things they say and do to the Wiz Wizard, that sometimes it was a 15-year-old, 16-year-old kid under the cloak, that there were some people that would really not want me to tell what some of the older people would say to the wizard. Or,
oh, wow.
So, but the Wizard was a great thing, and my dad he created T-shirts of caricatures of Terry Downing and Chris Marks and Gary Lee, and Gary Lee is now with SFL at one point, I think. Yeah. Terry Downing is playing music around the nation and traveling, and then Chris Marks was with Tom Warner for a long time. He's retired now, but he's still in the area. But I grew up with those guys and radio personalities, and it was drive home with Chris or Terry, or wake up, and gave those T-shirts out. The Wizard was giving out T-shirts.
Back in the day, old time radio, man.
Still got the Jacksonville's amazing AM. The Wiz Wizard is that cloak is.
Well, the radio stations don't give away T-shirts more because guys like like Chris Rayner.
Prize pig.
No, we give them all to Chris. Is what happens.
But Daddy also put Southwest Athletics on the air.
Yeah.
They're still on the air.
Still on the air. And if you remember, it's so easy to do it now that you guys that are doing it now don't realize how much more difficult it was back then. Is he had to go to every away game's press box and have a telephone line put in because you had to call back to the station.
That's true.
All landlines. Now you just do it with your cell phone.
Well, no, we do it internet. Yeah,
on the internet. Yeah. So it was a crazy time, and Chris called it on the air. Billy Woodward Jr. was a big part of that, and it was fun to watch and be a part of that.
Yeah, it's but the local radio is still thriving. It's still part of the community, and I love it. It's not going away. And that's a great thing.
I wish people would really get into their local radio. 97.1 is really Jacksonville and Onslow County's only local radio station, and what's going on there is
by far the best sports talk show in the area.
Yeah. Absolutely.
There you go.
I mean, I could see SME. They've got the morning show, Rayford Brown, and their morning show. You've got on Friday mornings. You've got Sports Talk with Chris. Eventually, who knows? You might have a drive time home show in the evenings from 5 to 6.
That's me, man.
That's you. Yeah,
Chris Hollywood Man, right there.
That's right. Chris
3 to 7. Did you not know that? Did you forget about that?
I knew you'd come on, but I didn't realize.
Come on, man.
But it's not.
Thanks for listening.
You're not doing any talk show in
No,
that.
it's music intensive.
You're playing
It's music intensive. Yeah.
I tried to get him to let me do an 80s show, but he won't let me.
Oh, anytime you can do it. We have Rick D's. I have to give you a list of stations. Music intensive aside from the stuff we do. But yeah, there's opportunities everywhere.
Oh, yes, it's good stuff. Local radio is the best.
Well, I got one thing we got to hit before we leave because I almost forgot, and Ashley would have jumped all over me because I know he's listening to hear the final standings of the little mini tournament we had. We had the big, prognosticators picks that Jerry Allen won high school, and next year we're going to start our picks right after high school starts with pro picks to have more in it. But we got into it late, so we only had 4 total games. It's basically the AFC Championship game we picked, the NFC Championship game, Super Bowl, and then the Duke Carolina game, and then the total number of points in the Super Bowl. I'm going to go in reverse order, and Mike Irvin, sorry, last place again. Chris Miller, Jerry Allen, Tim Foster, Brian North, Chris Miller, Harry Brown, Chris Rayner, Ashley Mosley, and Steve finished second at 3-1. 4 were tied at second. It was me, Ashley Mosley, Steve Goodson, and Harry Brown. But finishing first with a 4-0 record, and I almost missed it because I thought he'd picked San Francisco, is Joey Mahowchik, 4-0, and picked 44 points. He was only 3 points off the total. So he would have probably won the tiebreaker also. He picked Kansas City to win the AFC, San Francisco to win the NFC, Kansas City to win the Super Bowl, and then Carolina to win the big Duke-Carolina matchup. And 44 points in the Super Bowl. Congratulations to Joey Mahowchik. I think Ashley's got something for you. We'll figure that out and get it to you next week.
A dream cake.
Yeah, another dream cake or a Golden Corral gift card probably.
Or Billy Bowl.
Or Billy Bowl, yeah. Come on over. He's right across the street. So.
Or tickets to the last Duke-Carolina basketball game.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
I think Ashley's here.
For next year.
I think Ashley's here. I heard him.
I didn't. I heard somebody scurrying around in there. Yeah. But we'll do that next year. Duke Carolina tickets. We'll get the station to front those for the final game.
Yeah, okay.
Good call, Tim. Thank you. That's it for Sports Talk. We'll see you guys tonight. Good luck tonight, both of y'all. Hope you players stay healthy and ready for the playoffs, and you guys have a great playoff run, we hope. See you next week on Sports.
Welcome to AutoZone. What are you working on today? Brakes? We can save you 15% on that. We have OE quality Duralast brake pads and rotors in stock, ready for pickup or delivery. We also have calipers, brake fluid, tools, and anything else you'll need to do the job right. When you get Duralast pads and rotors together, you'll save 15%. It's just part of what makes us America's #1 brakes destination.
If you only have a 401k, you're not getting the most for retirement.
Wait, what?
Add a Robinhood IRA on top, then they'll boost it by 3%.
You can do that?
And if you transfer in any retirement account, you get 3% on top of that.
Is there a limit to the match?
No limit. Robinhood Gold gets you the biggest contribution match of any IRA on the market. Sign up for Robinhood Gold at Robinhood.com/boost by April 30th. Subscription fees apply.
Investing involves risk. 3% match requires gold for 1 year from first match. Must keep IRA for 5 years. Match on transfers subject to additional terms and conditions. Robinhood Financial LLC, member SIPC.
At Progressive, we love sports and saving you money, so we bundled them together.
Top of the 7th looks like a pitching change as they've set up for a corner kick. The two black belts have entered the mat, and the slider is low and away. He heads the ball to midfield. This is quite a kumite. Here comes the roundhouse. Has it got enough gas to get out of here? Unbelievable! They've bundled their home and auto insurance with Progressive. Kick savings pitch karate.
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
Hi, my name is Alani. A little thing I like about the Spicy Deluxe sandwich is that you taste the crunch, you